This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so we continuation with yesterday's session, resume preparation. So we are discussing about this how many days your notice period, right? So in most of the companies, it's 90 days, right? So if you say 90 days, you are not going to get that calls, right? So they are not going to schedule the interview. So even though it's a 90 days, actually the notice period in your company, but don't say that 90 days. So yesterday I mentioned, right? Maybe you can say that 50 days. So already I resigned, like that. You can tell them. Okay, clear. So yesterday already we discussed it. Okay, so there, suppose you are keeping some experience and you are not working, and suppose you mentioned that. So in your resume, you mentioned that. Suppose if you take that infinite computer solutions. Okay, so or so West Global, they are going to ask, are you a permanent employee of this West Global? So you will say that no. Then they are going to ask, so what is a payroll company? Payroll company means who is giving the salary for you. Okay, already you have those details, right? So just give those details. Okay, so in your resume, you are going to keep that whatever the name you want. Okay, clear? So this is a again another common question. So after this question, okay, tell me about yourself, and they are going to ask, can you tell me your daily activities as a DevOps engineer? Once your office work started, what you are going to do daily? Hmm? Just tell them we are following that agile methodology. So in this agile methodology, every day we have a Scrum meeting. Okay, so in that Scrum meeting, we are going to discuss about that what we did yesterday and what we are going to do today, and if any blockers are there, we are going to call out all those blockers. So as per the agile methodology standards, the duration for this scrum meeting is 15 minutes. So who is going to conduct this meeting, scrum meeting? Scrum master. So scrum master is nothing but it's kind of a project manager. So when we are following that waterfall model, that time we have project manager, right? So the scrum master is equals to a project manager. Okay, so the scrum master, if you want to become a scrum master, you don't want to be in the technical side, but some guys are moving into the scrum master side also because they are not in good in scrum technically. Some of our students, like 5 years back students, so they want to move into the management side. So they call me, sir, I'm taking this scrum master. There it is. See, if you're moving to that management side, the job guarantee is less, man, compared to the technical side. Okay, so if you have good in technically, as long as you are going to do, definitely work is there. But if you move to that management side, there is no job guarantee. Okay, so don't try to move to this management side like scrum master, product owner, okay, project manager, those roles for seniors. I'm telling. Okay, so we are using that Jira board. So Jira is a one ticketing tool, right? So there as a scrum master, he's going to create the tickets and he's going to assign, right? So once we'll go to the office, okay, we are going to check that Jira dashboard, okay. In that Jira board, what are the tasks they have assigned, and those tasks we are going to work. So this Scrum meeting is every day it will be there, guys. Every day, one particular time they are going to schedule. So every day that time the Scrum meeting will be there. So everyone is going to attend. Everyone means who are working in our project. Okay, our team members. So here I'm saying that if any blockers means suppose I want to start one task. I want to start one task. Okay, the task is dependent with the other DevOps engineer. If we complete his task, so that I can able to work on that one. So that time it's a blocker for me. Without he completing, I'm not able to do it. Right. So that time Scrum Master will work with the respective resource and he is going to resolve that blockers. Scrum Master is the responsible for resolving the blockers. Right. Suppose assume in Jira board they have created 5 tasks and assigned to on your name. In that one, 2 high priority, 2 medium, 1 low priority. So they are going to mention that priorities also. Okay. So now which task you are going to work on first? We are going to work on that low priority, high priority. So first you have to complete that high priority, then medium priority, low priority. So if you see here, 2 high priority are there. In these 2 high priority, which which one you are going to do? Which one? See, 2 tasks are on high priority. Okay, which one? Both are going to do parallelly. See, Muhammad already said both. No, we are not going to do both parallelly. So we are going to check with the Scrum Master which one is the high priority, which one I want to take it first out of 2. So he knows which one we need to complete it. Both are high priority, but even though in that one is the some priority will be there. Okay, he is going to give that answer. Just you can take his session and you can start work on that one. Because sometimes if you take yourself decision and if you take so the scrum master is going to, hey man, why you work on this one? You're supposed to work on that one. Simply sometimes. Okay. So that's why first you can ask with him which one we need to start work first, then you can do it. Once you'll finish it, medium, you can take whatever you want. Then low. So like this, we are going to complete the our tasks, whatever they have assigned. Okay. So if anybody asks, hey, can you tell me your daily activities? Just tell him. So we are following the agile methodology. So every day we have scrum meeting. In the scrum meeting, we are going to discuss about that what yesterday we did, what today we are going to do, if any blockers are there. Right. And if any new project is onboarded, okay, I will do setup for all the project from the scratch. Okay. So if any One second. Suppose if you take that Facebook, guys, can you able to hear me? Okay. Suppose if you take that the Facebook that that is a new project onboarded in your department. So you want to implement that CI/CD process for that particular project. Okay. So that time what we are going to do? We are going to first do that GitHub administration, right? So we are going to create the repository. We are going to create the team, add the users to the team, and we are going to provide the repository access. Then in the Jenkins, we are going to create the jobs, right? So like that, we are going to get that work. Those tasks they are going to assign, create and assign into that Jira. So Jira is a one ticketing tool, and we can use for work assignment also. Clear? So, so when you are following this agile methodology, we are going to follow the sprints. Already we know, right? Sprint is nothing but it's a duration. According to the agile standards, agile methodology standard, it's a 2 weeks duration. 2 weeks duration means 10 working days, right? So in that 10 working days, how many tasks or how many stories we can able to complete those many stories as a scrum master he is going to get from the client and in the sprint planning meeting. So the sprint planning meeting is going to conduct by the scrum master and every 2 weeks once. Every 2 weeks once he's going to conduct this one. So in this sprint planning meeting, we are going to discuss about that. So which task we need to take for the coming sprint, okay, and which task we are going to assign to that each resource, and we are going to give the size. So size means like suppose if you take that story as a install Jenkins, okay, so this is one story. So in this story, if you want to implement, how many days it will take? So to measure that one, we are going to give that story points. So how we are going to set that story points? It's based on the our resource Devops engineers. They are going to ask. Okay, so first Scrum Master is going to read. So this is our story. How many story points we can give for this one? So when we are conducting sprint planning meeting, so we'll get that planning poker cards. Okay, it's like a playing cards only. So how many guys saw that one? Planning poker cards. Hmm? So just search in Google Agile planning poker cards. So it will be like see 1, 3, 5, 8, 13. So like this it will be numbers will be there and they are going to give the cards for each resource one set of cards. So they are going to read the as a scrum master he is going to read the story point story and based on that story DevOps engineers are going to give the numbers. Suppose assume 6 guys are working on that project. So out of 6 guys 4 guys has given that story points as 5, others has given that 3. So that time Scrum Master is going to ask, so why you guys has given 3? Can you give me the justification? And he's going to ask with these guys also, why you guys has given that 5? So whoever gave that 3, maybe for them they feel it is very easy. Okay, that's why they have given. And we need to consider that two numbers now. Which one we need to give, 3 or 5? So we are going to give the correct justification. Okay, suppose these guys has given that 5, and these guys are saying, so if you want to install the Jenkins, first we need to get the server. So when we are getting a server, it may take some time, it will delay because it's a dependency with the other team. So guys, in the real time, directly we are not going to get that however we are creating the servers na, directly we are not going to create the servers. So just if you create a ticket, and the admin team is going to create a server, and they are going to share the details with you. Okay, some companies directly we are going to create, but some MNCs, you don't have authority to create the servers. Okay, so they are going to create the servers, and they are going to share with you the details. You are going to connect. So for getting the server, it may take time because we are going to deal with other team, right? So like that, some guys are going to give that justification. So that time, okay, so it may take 5 points. So that time, and others also, they are going to ask, oh yes, we need to take care of that one. Yes, I agree with you, so we need to give the 5 points. So like that, in the sprint planning meeting, we are going to discuss about these story points, and we are going to assign. So Dharmendra is saying 1 point equals to the 4 hours. So it's there is no standard for 1 point is equal to 4 hours, 1 point is equal to 10 hours, like that one. So we'll take one task. Suppose create a one user in the sonar key. So for that one, I'm giving that one story point. So in my case, so assume it may take 30 minutes. So we are going to tell, so one story point equals to 30 minutes. So based on like that one, you can give that other story points. So like that, we are going to say first only. Suppose you are considering one story point is equal to 1 hour. In that case, based on that story, you can give the story points. So story points, it is not have any specific hours. For one story point, 5 hours. It is not like that one. We are going to set relevant to that one. We are going to give that other points. Clear? So some projects, if it is 8 story points, we are working on that story 2 to 3 days. 2 to 3 days, we are working on that story. So stories can have multiple tasks. So task is nothing but small. We are breaking down that story into the small chunks. Okay, see, install Jenkins is a one story, right? In that one, these are the tasks. So update all the packages first. Okay, so first get the server, get the Linux server. Okay, update the packages, then install the Java, then install the Jenkins. So these are the tasks under this install Jenkins story. Story is a bigger one. Task is nothing but break down that story into small chunks of work is called as task. So which one is bigger, story or the task? Story is a bigger one, right? So One second, guys. So give me 2 minutes time.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so I was asking that, so how many guys already attended for this sprint planning meeting? How many guys used this planning poker cards? Oh, Dimple is saying he attended. Good. Okay, so so Dharmendra is saying yes, but not card. So nowadays, because of this work from home, na, so you can use that online also. If you see, just search with planning poker cards online. So we have some online meetings also is there. Okay, see planning poker online. So some companies now using those tools to implement those online also. Okay, so test, see 0, 1, 2, 3. So here question mark is there. Suppose when we are going to use when we are going to use the question mark, suppose you don't know about that story points, the scrum master he reads that story and you are not aware of, yes, you are not aware of how many points you want to give. So that time you can give that question mark. See, I have given that 0, 1. Okay, so like that everyone will give that one. So as a host you can click on reveal, so it is going to display that one. See, one vote for one, right? So like this we are going to use this planning poker game online, and we are going to set that story points. Clear? So you guys can group as a 5 to 6 people, and if you want you can play it this one. And again first you should have that story stories as a like a scrum master. You can read this one and ask them how many story points you can give. Clear? While planning the sprint it will occur, Ashok is asking. Yes sir. See, sprint is nothing but it's a duration, right? So assume Monday onwards, April 18th sprint is going to start. So today itself, tomorrow itself, assume tomorrow is the last working day, for that particular previous sprint. Okay, so we are going to conduct this meeting and we are going to gather all the stories, and Monday onwards we are going to start the sprints. Sprint is nothing but it's a time duration, right? Okay, so what are the tasks you have worked on? Okay, see, most of the time what we are going to do, we are going to implement that CI/CD process, like creating the jobs, writing the pipeline scripts. So if any issues are there in the previous CI/CD pipelines, we are going to fix it. So like this work will be there. So guys, every day you are not going to get the work. Sometimes it will be more work. Sometimes you don't have work at all, because already you have implemented this CI/CD entire process. Now you are looking into that. Sir, once we'll complete all this end-to-end CI/CD process, DevOps methodology for one project. Now, what is the next work? So, guys, sometimes we may going to work multiple projects also. Okay, so if any already other projects are running, for those projects, if any CI/CD process we have created, we need to monitor that one. If any issues are there, we need to fix it. Suppose job has failed. Okay, we need to check that one. Why this build has failed? What are the issues are there? Suppose if some issue with that code, like it is a compilation issue. So that time, what you have to do? You have to work with the development team and you have to fix it. Just send that error log, the build error log to the development team. They are going to fix it. Okay. So this is about that sprint planning meeting. Another one is a retrospective meeting. Retrospective meeting, it will be 30 minutes. When we are going to conduct this one? This retrospective meeting will be conducted at the end of the sprint. So in this retrospective meeting, what we are going to discuss? Okay, so in this current sprint, so Ashok is asking every day? No, 2 weeks once. Before completing the sprint, suppose tomorrow sprint is going to over. Okay, so tomorrow we are going to conduct this retrospective meeting. In this retrospective meeting, what we are going to discuss in this current sprint? Okay, what went well, what went wrong, what could be improved, what we learned in this last 2 weeks. So Ashok is saying every day it will happen in my office, sir. Retrospective meeting. Ashok, you are saying retrospective meeting usually every 2 weeks once before completing the sprint we are going to conduct. I'm not sure why. Okay. See, Dharmendran are saying after completing sprint we are going to conduct. Yes. So every 2 weeks, suppose if it is a sprint duration is 2 weeks, okay, they are going to conduct that at the last day. So Dimple is saying you are having stand up every day. Yes, stand up is every day. It will be there definitely. Stand up meeting daily and scrum this one stand up meeting are guys we are going to call as a scrum meeting. Both are same. Stand up meeting or scrum meeting. Both are same. Okay, but this sprint planning and retrospective planning it may be every 2 weeks. Not maybe, it should be every 2 weeks. Suppose if you are following 2 weeks sprint. See guys, is it a fixed sprint is 2 weeks? No. As per other standards, it's 2 weeks, but some guys are customizing. So some projects I worked there, sprint duration is 1 week only. So some projects we were following that 3 week sprint. So Om Prakash is saying Jira board we have Scrum and Kanban boards. Yes. So that is the just only the GUI is going to change, right? So you can see that in the Scrum perspective, Kanban perspective, that GUI. So most of the time we are going to use a Kanban board, just that dashboard only, right? Okay. We are going to drag and drop, right? So maybe if I get a time, I will create one Jira. So even you guys also can create some stories in the Jira board. You can change from, see guys, first they are going to create a ticket. Suppose you can take this, this is a one story. Okay. They have assigned. So once if you started working that one, just change the status in progress. You have to change the status to that in progress so that, oh, Scrum Master can understand, oh, Om Prakash is working, started already working on this story. Some guys are already started working, but they are not going to change the status in the Jira board. That is not good at all, because your Scrum Master is in other country, you are in some other country. So most of the time he is going to look into that your Jira board only to check that. So who is working on which task and all. Okay, so that once if you started working, immediately change that the status in progress, testing, done, like that. Different states are there. Okay, so in this retrospective meeting, we are going to discuss about these 4 points: what went well, what went wrong, and what could be improved, what we learned in this current sprint. So most of the time, my reporters are saying that, sir, because of this team collaboration, we achieved this all the stories in time. So collaboration means helping each other, right? Supporting each other, and they are completed. I don't know how many guys are supporting each other, helping, but they are saying this one. Okay, good. At least they are saying as a team spirit and team collaboration. Because of team collaboration, we completed this sprint successfully without any issues. So what went wrong? Suppose assume in this current sprint, by unfortunately one server down. Okay, so due to some issues, the technical team took that 3 days time, but it is a blocker for us, because without that server, we are not able to implement that CI/CD process. So whatever we finish it, we are not able to test it. So we are not able to deliver in time. So in the next sprint, suppose if some same thing it will happen, how, what is the alternative we are going to check? So those things we are going to discuss in this retrospective meeting. So maybe we'll discuss about, like so we'll take that any other backup server. If this server is goes down, what are the backup servers we need to take, right? So like that we are going to discuss. So in that one, what could be improved in the next sprint, right? Yeah. So Dharmendra is saying sometimes poor planning, yes, unplanned leaves. Yes, this is also sometimes, yes, this is unplanned leave. Sometimes resources. So when we are planning this, so that time 100% team velocity. They said that. So next 2 weeks, I'm not going to take any leaves. But in between, due to some emergency, two guys are not working. So that time, whatever that stories in this current sprint can able to complete it, it is not possible. Okay, that is the thing. It happened. We are not sure, right? So, guys, but whatever that stories we took for this particular sprint, we need to complete it. Otherwise, that client is going to ask. So, as per your team velocity, you committed these stories. Why you didn't? So, assume this sprint, okay, two resources as due to emergency they went. Because of that one, we couldn't able to. But next time also, if you are not able to deliver, we are not able to give that justification, right? Every time giving the justification is they are not going to consider. Whatever we are committing, we need to deliver it, right? So that's why even Scrum Master role also it is a little difficulty, right? We need to convince them to the client why we are not able to deliver. Clear? And what we learned. So in this agile, every day we need to learn something. So what we are following. So every sprint, one guy has to give one new tool, right? Something at least technology related thing. We need to give something to that entire team. Suppose I learned that Kubernetes 4 years back, and I have given that 3 sessions. Okay, so and we proposed those things. Earlier we were not using the Kubernetes, right? So like that, we need to explore, we need to learn something, and we need to share with our colleagues also. That is what I was following. But see, guys, in the whatever we are discussing, everyone is not following 100%. Okay, so they are customizing, they are following. So some guys are not conducting at all retrospective meeting. Some projects I saw, okay? But whatever that is there, if you follow, it is good. It is good, right? See, when you are conducting retrospective meeting, so you are giving that opportunity to that all the resources to share their feedback, what happened in this sprint, right? It is good to have if you conduct. Suppose if you are a Scrum Master, you can conduct this one. So even if you are not a Scrum Master, just tell to your Scrum Master, hey, Om Prakash, please conduct this retrospective meeting so that we can get that all the feedback from the our resources. Okay? And interviewer is going to ask, can you tell me some challenges which you faced in your recent projects? So I was facing that we are migrating all on-premises servers to the my cloud servers. So that time, so due to lot of data in the databases, it took more time. And also, already I told, so the servers which are not managed by myself, so the networking team they are maintaining. So we got the servers. They, as per our requirement, they didn't design that server. They didn't open the ports. After deploying the application, we are not able to access it. Later, we troubleshooting, we identified that they didn't open the port. If they didn't open the port, we are not able to access the application, right? See, suppose you have installed the Tomcat server and you didn't open the port in the security groups, can you able to access from your browser? Right. So like this, we faced some issues. Then we identified, we worked with the networking team, and they fixed all these things. And also, guys, some more things we are going to discuss in the Docker and Kubernetes. There, you are going to get that more issues. So Balaji sir is going to discuss what are the challenges you guys going to get it, how to resolve those things when we are implementing that Docker and Kubernetes. Okay, clear? Anybody have any questions, guys? Respective Jenkins, what challenges we have faced? Okay, so respective Jenkins, so see, recently means 1 year back, one of my colleague he got that migration. Migration means we were using one Jenkins server, then we moved to that another server. Okay, due to cost effective. Already I covered this one, right? Migration. So when you are migrating jobs from one Jenkins server to another Jenkins server, some jobs are working, some jobs are not working. Okay, so after going through this one, we did the mistake is like some mismatch version of Jenkins. So in the new server, we have installed that latest version. That's why I mentioned whatever that old Jenkins server is in, same version you have to install in the new server also. So later what we did, we have uninstalled, then we have installed that same version whatever currently we are using, then we migrated the jobs, right? And also some plugin issues. So we are using one job. So for that one, we have installed one plugin, right? So that plugin version is different than that current Jenkins version. So there also we faced issue. Then we have uninstalled. Then again we have installed that the particular plugin. Clear? So like that we faced some issues in the Jenkins also. Okay, while installing that third party plugins also due to that version. So version mismatch. Then we identified. Okay, so we have downloaded that respective the compatible version. Then we have installed. So when you are installing the third party versions, you have to check that first compatibility. Okay. So sometimes we are going to get the messages. I am Vovo, out of office, NNTO, and they are going to send one message. One message means one email with this subject. Okay. NNTO colon. Today I am working from home. When they are coming to office, that time they were sending messages like this. My report is. So no need to open. NNTO means no need to open. Today I am working from home. So in the subject, they are going to keep this one. Means don't open that mail because nothing is there. Just officially I am sending one email to you like that. This one. BRB. Be right back. So I am going to say that 10 minutes. See, we are attending one. Already we are in that one meeting. So that meeting is keep on going even 1 hour also still it is continuing, but you want to step out, so you want to go for tea break or emergency. So just in that chat box just mention that BRB 5 minutes, so that you are telling them, so 5 minutes you are going to be step out from your computer, you are not available, so that they can, oh, Om Prakash stepped out, will ask if any questions later, right? So some people are saying that thank you sir after fixing the issue. Then I'm typing that YW. YW means people are saying thank you sir. Then I'm typing that YW. YW means you are welcome. Okay. Some people are asking that sir what is this YW sir? YW means you are welcome. Okay. As soon as possible. End of the day. End of the minute. MYM. When we are going to discuss about this MYM, suppose today I have scheduled one new project meeting. New project meeting. So 5 people are attended. So whatever it happened, so that bullet points, the highlight points, we are going to send it to that all the department. MOM means minutes of meeting. Okay. So who is going to send this MOM? Whoever conducted that meeting, that person, whoever hosted that meeting, that person has to send this MOM. MOM means minutes of meeting, means it's like highlights of that particular meeting. He or she has to send that to that all the participants. Okay. So what are the job portals? We need to use to upload our resume. Naukri, Monster, LinkedIn. So this is in India, right? Suppose if it is in US, LinkedIn, Dice, right? So these are the two popular job portals. Okay, they are using. So guys, if you are working, you can go ahead and first create that LinkedIn profile if you don't have. Suppose you are working as a QA, then change that QA to that DevOps. Okay, so most of the guys, they are checking that your LinkedIn profile also. Okay, see in the resume also, Santosh resume, if you see, he mentioned link. You see here, LinkedIn. Okay, Om Prakash is asking, sir, in real time, whether we will open the ports directly in the secret groups or some teams will manage. See, it depends on your organization structure. So some projects directly we open because they have given it all the access. For some projects, we have networking team is there. They are going to open. If you create a ticket, they are going to do it. Clear? Okay. So now let me stop recording and we'll discuss about your experience, how we can showcase these things. Okay. Let me stop it.